Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new, welcome to my channel. My name is Alexa, and in today's video I'm going to be humbling myself by showing you guys all of the books that are on my physical TBR. TBR? Every single one of them that aren't classics, because classics are very intimidating and I don't know if I'll ever actually get to my classics collection. So yeah, let's get into all the books. I think I might have about 50 to 60 books on my physical TBR. Let's hope it's not more. First we have Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood. I bought this one on vacation back in August of this year, and I've read every single book of Ali Hazelwood's other than this one, and I'm super excited to read it, hopefully next month. Also, a little warning, these books might not be on my physical TBR by the time this video is posted, but they are on my physical TBR at this moment. The Fiancé Dilemma by Elena Armas. I've loved every other Elena Armas book. I think I've rated every other one a 5 out of 5. And this one I bought at the same time that I bought the Not in Love copy. Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute by Talia Hibbert. I read one other book by her. I think it was like one of the Brown Sisters, I think that's the name of the series, and this one I've already gotten, I think, like halfway through it. I just haven't continued it, and I bought it August of last year. Foul Lady Fortune by Chloe Gong. I've read the two first books in this series by Chloe Gong, and I've also read Immortal Longings. I love all three that I read. This one I bought last year in August, and I'm so excited to get back into that universe because I know some spoilers of things that happen later on, but like I can't remember everything, so I'm really excited to get back into this. Arch Enemies by Marissa Myers. This one, I read the first book of this series back in November of 2020. I got this one for Christmas in 2020, and I haven't read it since, but I did make it about 53 pages through, and I really need to get to this one because it's getting ridiculous. Up next we have Foxglove, which is the second book in the Belladonna series. I don't know if that's actually the name of the series, but there's 3 books that are currently out, 2 that are out in paperback, and I bought this one back in October of this year, so about 2-3 weeks ago, and I cannot wait to read it. Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. This one is the first book in this series, but it is the second series in the universe of Caraval, and I read Caraval in its entirety. I think I finished it this year or last year, like late last year or early this year, and I'm just so excited to read it. I loved Jax in the first series, and I can't wait to meet him again in this one and see how he's changed and everything, because I have seen a few TikToks about it and it seems so good. Gilded Wolves by Roshani Shakchi. This one I started a few years ago, I think at the library, and then I got it this year. I got it in October of this year. This one I started back in 2021 and I put it down, and I can't remember why, but I got it this year again in October, and I'm just really excited to read it because I remember really enjoying it. Powerless by Lauren Roberts. This one, you guys have seen me put it on my TBR time and time again, but I guess it's just I'm so scared of it not living up to the hype that people have built for it, and that like everyone whose opinions I trust loved it. So I'm like, it has to be amazing. So it's just I put so much pressure on it that I am terrified of reading it, but I got it on December 26th at the whole Barnes & Noble like hardcover sale that they have every year from the 26th to 29th, I think, or 28th. But I'm really excited to read it, and it looks so good, and even my friends have been telling me, Alexa, you need to read it, so I will read it. I will. All In by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This one is the third book in the Natural series. You guys know that I'm obsessed with that series. It is so good. I really need to read this one so soon, but I'm so scared that I don't want to let the series finish because it's just so good, and I know that all 4 books out are the 4 books that will ever be out in that series. So I've been really putting it off, but this one I got in May this year for my birthday, and I'm really excited to read it once again. Bad Blood by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This one is the 4th book in the Natural series, and it also has a little novella at some point in the end. Yeah, here. Like this last chunk here is a novella, so it's kind of 2 books in one. But yeah, I'm really excited to finish this series, like I said in the last one, and I got it at the same time. The Brothers Hawthorne by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This one is the first book in the new series. that is in the Inheritance Game series. But yeah, I think there's 2 or 3 books in this series that are currently out, and this one I got in October, about 2 weeks ago, when I went to the US and bought many books at the Target sale. And yeah, I really need to read it. It's in my 24 books that I want to read in 2024 list, so it has to be read quite soon if I want to cross off all books on that list. The Calculating Stars by Mary Robinette Kowal. This one is one of those books where you kind of pick it up because it looks cool and it sounds interesting, and you read the blurb but you kind of forget what it's about. But like, the quick blurb here is like an alternate history of spaceflight that reminds me of everything I loved about Hidden Figures, and I loved Hidden Figures. I haven't read the book, but I loved the movie, and it's basically about this like world where most of the West Coast has been obliterated by like a comet in the 1950s, and I think it's like trying to live in a world where that happened and you're trying to keep the world alive, I guess. Magnolia Park's Into the Dark by Jessa Hastings. This one is the last book that is currently out in the Magnolia Park's universe, and I'm slowly but surely making my way through it. I am 111 pages through, but the thing is, I thought that the next book was coming out this year, but I know that Jessa Hastings said she's writing Never 2, like the second book in the Never series, before writing Daisy Hates 3. Oh, so she hasn't even started writing the next book in this series universe, so I'm really scared to read it, but this one I got in July of this year. The Demigod Diaries by Rick Riordan. This is a quick short novella in the Percy Jackson series, and this one I got in July of this year. The Demigod Files by Rick Riordan, which is also another novella that's like, I don't even think it's 100 pages. Oh wait, no, it's like 130 pages, so it's super short, and this one I also got in July of this year. The Red Pyramid by Rick Riordan, which is the first book in the Kane Chronicles series, and I'm super excited to get to this one. It's the last series that I have left to read in this whole universe, so I'm really excited. The Throne of Fire by Rick Riordan. This is the second book in the whole the second book in the Kane Chronicles series, and I'm really excited to read this one. I forgot to say, the first one I got about a year ago, and the second one, this one, I got back in July. The last book in this series that I got in this universe that I got in July is The Serpent's Shadow by Rick Riordan, which is the third and last book in the Kane Chronicles series. And yeah, The Sun and the Star by Rick Riordan and Mark Oshiro. This one is a Nico D'Angelo book with yeah, I won't say much because it's gonna be a spoiler actually, but this one I got in July. This one I got in June of 2023, and I haven't read it yet because I'm always scared when it comes to like finishing universes and series because I don't want it to end ever. So that's a problem that I have. Make a Scene by Mimi Race. This one I got in New York back in September of this year. And it's a really cute, like 250 page book that I'm so excited to read. I think it's like something about fake dating and baking. And if you guys know me, you know I love fake dating and I love anything surrounding baking. So this is just gonna be perfect for me. The Enemy by Sarah Adams. This one I got in September in New York as well. And it is a really cute 200 or like almost 300 page book by Sarah Adams, who wrote the When in Rome series, and this one is on my TBR like really soon, hopefully that I'll read it. Might read it either this week or in November, I don't know. What You Gonna Do by Avery Flynn. This is a book that I actually do want to read this week because it's Halloween on Thursday. It's currently Monday, but you guys are seeing this on Tuesday. But I really hope I can read this book before, because last year I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait for next year because I got it in like, I think the week before. Oh no, I got it in August of last year, but I didn't get to it because I was in the biggest reading slump. So I was like, okay, I'll get to it next year. But I really need to read it this week or else I'm never gonna get to it. But like the cover is gorgeous and the guy kind of looks like Liam, like one of the Hemsworth brothers. Like his face looks exactly like one of the Hemsworth brothers actually. You Again by Kate Goldbeck. This one I got back in New York at the big Barnes & Noble on Union Square. This one I got in September since that was when I was in New York. This one is my current read, and it is also the book of the month on our book club for October. So you guys still have, if you guys are currently reading this, you guys still have some time to go join my book club, which is on Fable, who is not sponsoring this video, but it is in the description. So yeah, join my book club please. And I don't know what we're reading next month yet, but it is either like, it's we read fantasy and romance. So yeah, if you love that, then go join our book club. A Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston. This one I got back in August. I'm so excited to read it. I've heard so many great things about her books. This is my first one of hers that I'm gonna read or that I own. I don't know if I'm gonna read another one first, but hopefully I'll read this one first because I do own it and the other ones I don't. Not Another Love Song by Julie Soto. This one is from the author of Forget Me Not. I don't know if it's the same series, like an interconnected standalone series, but I do know that the first one has, like, towards the end of the first one, you get to see the two characters from this one, so it is pretty exciting. And, or actually, I don't know if it's both the characters, but I know at least one of them. But yeah, I got it back in August of this year. As you guys can tell, I really buy my books in batches whenever I go to the US because books are cheaper there. And that is why I buy, like, you'll see a bunch of books that I bought within the same month because that's when I buy my books. I don't buy them in Canada because they're way too expensive here. Good Girl Complex by Elle Kennedy. This one is the first book in the Avalon Bay series. I bought this one in July. No, I bought this one in August, but I did almost buy it in February of 2022. No, I did almost buy this one in March of 2023, so I almost bought it then, but I haven't read it yet, duh, because it's in this video actually, but it does look really good, but I'm waiting for the summer to read this because I did get this by the end of August, so I wanted to keep it like next June when I'm in the mood for any summer romances. Bad Girl Reputation by Elle Kennedy. This one is the second book in the Avalon Bay series. I don't know if I think these are all different characters. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these are all different characters, but I'm pretty excited to read it, and I got it in August as well. The Summer Girl by Elle Kennedy. This one is the third and final book, I think, at least. I think on the final part in the Avalon Bay series. I also bought this in August because I did buy all three in a box set. I usually don't buy all books in the series before like actually reading the first book because I don't want to spend too much money on it. But this one, the box set was like 75% off, so I had to buy it all at once because I was buying it basically for the price of one book. Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. This one I got back in September in New York at the Ripped Bodice, and I'm so excited to read it. It's actually one of the options for next month's book club. I know I mentioned the book club before. You can actually go vote right now if it's before Wednesday or Thursday on next month's book. And yeah, this one is one of the 4 options, and I'm so excited to read it. Even if it's not my book club pick next month, I might read it next month still. And I've heard that it's gonna break my heart, so yay. Summer Romance by Jen McKinley. This one I got back in May of 2023. I got it the day I finished my winter semester because I felt like I needed a good book to feed my mental health, you know, because I was doing poorly back then, and I still haven't read this book, but it is written in like the dyslexic font. Well, the font for dyslexics. It's not the font that is dyslexic. And if you didn't know, I am dyslexic, so I'm gonna have to read this one, of course. And one of the 2 characters is dyslexic and the other one works at a library, so it's very exciting. Pucking Wild by Emily Rath. This one, as you can clearly see, I got 10 pages into like 2 months ago. I had to pick up another book for a video, so I stopped reading this one. But I'm really excited to pick this one back up again quite soon because it is a hockey romance. I loved the first one, which was Pucking Around, I'm pretty sure. And just the covers are absolutely perfect, and I love all the characters in this series and in the hockey team of this one, so yeah. Oh, I also forgot to mention this one I bought in April of 2024. Funny Story by Emily Henry. This one I got in May of this year for my birthday, and I haven't continued it ever since. I haven't started it ever since because I'm terrified of like the book not living up to the expectations that every single other Emily Henry book has lived up to, so of course I'm not reading. I'm like stalling the reading experience for this one, you know, because that's just what Alexa does. The Lucky One by Nicholas Sparks. This one I got at a little free library back in maybe June of this year, I think. And I don't know, there's something about it that I just was like, why not get that? It was the time that I got like a few other books from the little free library, so I added that one to my haul. The Viscount Who Loved Me by Julia Quinn. This one is the second one in the Bridgerton series, which I do need to read. Like, I got once, like, think 20% through this book with the audiobook, and I just haven't continued it ever since, but I really do need to because it is Anthony's story and I love Anthony and Kate. And I need to read this third one. The Story of Us by Terry Wilson. This one I got at a Hallmark in during the summer of 2022. I got it was like $8, so I was like, why not buy it? And it kind of gave me some You've Got Mail vibes, and it's a book where the girl owns, I think, a bookstore and a cafe or something. I actually couldn't tell you. The Notebook by Nicholas Sparks. That's one I got in the little free library at the same time as the other Nicholas Sparks book. And I don't know what got me to get it up, to pick it up. I haven't watched the movie, but my cousin had just watched the movie and she loved it. So I was like, why not pick up the book and then watch the movie? Now, have I read it yet? No. I mean, clearly, because it's in this video. Lizzie Blake's Best Mistake. This one, I also could not tell you what it's about, but I could tell you that I got it for $7 Canadian at HomeSense because I wanted to get it. So that explains why I buy books a lot of the time. Second First Impressions by Sally Thorne. This one, once again, could not tell you what it's about, but I did get it for $4 at a Goodwill. So I had to pick it up because I just had to. And yeah, I don't know, there's just something that drew me to it. Oh, and that one I bought in March of this year. In the Holidays by Christina Lauren. This one I bought last summer, like in summer 2023. And I haven't read it since. There has been a Christmas season since, and I also once borrowed it at the library and ended up not reading it, but I love Christina Lauren's writing and I love Christmas books. I love any holiday books actually, like Valentine's Day, Christmas, Halloween. I love a good themed book for the season. The Light We Lost by Jen Santopolo. This one I got back in March of this year as well. And I got it at like a Salvation Army bookstore. And once again, I could not tell you what it's about, but I know that it's sad and it seems sad at least, and it takes place in New York and London, I'm pretty sure. Neon Gods by Katie Robert. This one I got like a week or two ago, and I'm excited to read it because I love a good Hades Persephone story. I loved A Touch of Darkness, so I thought why not pick this one up. And yeah, I mean, I'm pretty excited, and I know a lot of her books are good and people love them, so I thought why not. The Serpent and Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. This one has been on my TBR for a long time, but not on my physical TBR for a while. I got this one about 2 weeks ago and I'm pretty excited to read it. And now that I have it like in my physical TBR, it does make me want to read it more than it usually does when it's just on my Kindle, because like I do have it with me. So I feel like I need to read it so that I actually can have the trophy that is an actual trophy and not just me having a book that I haven't read on my TBR. But yeah. Filthy Rich Fae by Geneva Lee. This one is one of the only sprayed edges that I really like. Like it's kind of like a flower, I think. I know it might look weird, the like orange, but it kind of, I don't know, I like the vibe of it, and I love the gold foiling on the cover, and I'm really excited to read it. I got it in New York in September at the Ripped Bodice as well, and it's one of the books that I'm really, really excited to read. And I'm currently reading Phantasma by, I don't know who, I think it's Kaylee Smith. And it's like something that's paranormal in New Orleans, and this is something that's paranormal in New Orleans. I'm pretty excited. And lastly, House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J Maas. I started this one last week, but I only got like 150 pages through, but I'm really, really, really excited to read this one. People have rated this one 5 stars. I know some people prefer this one to the first one, and I really liked the first one. It was a 4.5 for me, but it wasn't quite the 5 stars because it took me a full year and a half to read it. But this one I'm actually gonna get to, okay? I'm promising you guys I'll read it by the end of the year. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. If you want more of my vibe, go follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and all the apps. All the like social media apps. I'm currently very active on all of them. And I'm very excited to get to these books in the near future. Hopefully I can get it down to like maybe 30 by the end of the year. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I post as well, like my reading updates are all on Goodreads and Fable, so go follow me on there if you do want to, and go join my book club. I love you guys. Have a nice rest of your day, morning, evening, whatever time it is for you guys. And I love you, and I will see you guys next time I upload. So yeah, bye.